India is waking up to the news of a massive and unprecedented diplomatic victory at the world stage. India's 70-year-old Justice Dalveer Bhandari has won a second term at the ICJ after Britain's Christopher Greenwood quit the race following a stalemate. Justice Bhandari won 183 of the 193 votes in the General Assembly and all 15 in the Security Council. In this broadcast, we'll tell you why this is a major victory for India. India gave a tough fight to a UNSC member, UK, and won. It's the first time, yes, it's the first time since 1946 that there's no British judge at the ICJ. It's almost like making the unthinkable happen. We have both Aditya Raj Kaul and Sreeram Chaulia joining us on the phone line. Aditya, we'll come to you, but first up, I'd like to go to Mr. Sreeram Chaulia. Sreeram, good morning and thank you for joining us. Your first comments on this unprecedented diplomatic victory for India at the World Court.
What a moment it is. I think it's a great second and minute to cherish, an hour to cherish, a day to cherish, because this is the first time since 1945 when we have broken the back of this oligopoly of the P5 members, because never in history has there been a situation where a permanent member of the UN Security Council has not been having a judge in the ICJ, and India has done it. So historically, we have always fought against the injustice and the iniquity of the global order. And today, finally, we broke through. I always believed that we could negotiate with the British and we could speak sense to the British and show them how it is in their best interest to withdraw from the race. So I think that's a phenomenal achievement of India, because many countries in the past have been engaged in such tussles with P5 members and failed. So I will give first of all credit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because he lobbied personally with world leaders, with his counterparts, with presidents, prime ministers extensively, both publicly and behind the scenes. And I think that made a difference. Secondly, I think the British realized that now that they are leaving the European Union because of Brexit, and the British government wants to have a new engagement with Asia, especially with India and China as a kind of alternative route to break out of the isolation from the European Union. They are looking at solid partnerships, trade, economic and otherwise. I'm sure we had reminded them about this, because that is how they would have been pressurized to drop this case. So it's not just a case of the British finally realizing the game is up, or that bowing to the pressure of the General Assembly numbers. I think they also calculated that they are better off having India on their side than to create a rupture and a bad memory that will haunt the bilateral relations in the long term. So I think we leveraged our cards well. All, hats off to our diplomats in the UN, to Akbaruddin and his team, to our foreign minister, but especially to our prime minister, because I know that he was especially interacting with many world leaders on this point. And I think we persuaded, we got the numbers, but we also, in the process, created a new world order, at least at the multilateral level. Of course, we don't have a permanent seat in the Security Council. Of course, we have been blocked from the NSG by China. There are many setbacks. But this is something that I think a proud moment for all Indians to remember and to celebrate.
Right. So there you heard it from Sreeram Chaulia, Republic contributor.